Hey everybody, this is going to be a playthrough of Mission 8A from the Valley campaign for the Flaming Cliffs A-10A. If you're looking at Mission 8 in the campaign and your briefing doesn't look like this, then you're probably on 8B, so switch over to that video. Looking at the mission briefing, we got a morning mission in the summer. There's not much in the way of clouds or fog or mist or anything like that, but we have to stay a little bit low because there's an SA-11 that'll be shooting at us if we get a little too high. Looking at the loadout, we got a mix of Mavericks and cluster bombs. Looking at the friendlies, we got a single A-10A wingman, and then there's another flight of two A-10s flying around as well. Looking at the objective, we have to fly out to a couple of waypoints and destroy a mix of tanks and BMPs at those waypoints. Looking at the threat, like I said, we got the SA-11. That's going to be up over here somewhere, and if we get too high, it'll shoot at us, or the wingman. That's a radar-guided SAM. We also got a couple of Tunguskas that could potentially spawn, so those are a mix of AAA and optically guided SAMs, so you won't get any sort of warning on those launches, and flares won't work on them, but they're pretty easy to dodge if you can see the launch. We also have some Strela IR guided SAMs and a couple different AAAs. Looking at the pictures, we got an overview of the route. So we're coming out to the east, kind of along the mountains here, then turning in and destroying some tanks at target area 1, which is waypoint 4, and some BMPs at target area 2, which is waypoint 5. Second picture, we got a rough overview of the target area. So waypoint 4 will be kind of along this village here, and waypoint 5 more out in the middle of a field. Looking at the mission planner. So overview of the route again. So we're flying out along these mountains. If we turn on the altitude map, you can see we got lots of lines here indicated rapidly changing elevation. So that's the mountains climbing up. So we can kind of skirt along the edge of that and then duck into them. If the SA-11 or anything else shoots at us, we can use some of those ridges in the mountains as cover. So if we look at waypoint 3 here on the planner, this will be waypoint 4 in the jet, and similarly waypoint 4 in the planner will be waypoint 5 in the jet. So if we switch back to satellite view, we got these tanks kind of nestled in with this village and these trees, so these can be a little bit hard to spot. You may be able to just let your wingman deal with it. You also got the BMPs are up here, more out in the middle of a field, lined up nice and straight. Those are pretty easy to see, and this field's a pretty good landmark, very easy to find the field. There's a ton of anti-air stuff in the area. So the first one near waypoint 4 is this Strela, kind of in this little clearing further north from the tanks. We've got a potential Tunguska here. It's a random spawn, so it may or may not be there. We got a Shulka back here, another Shulka here, a Strela here, and another Tunguska here. When we kill each of the target groups, there are a couple of different armor columns that'll spawn that each have Strelas with them as well. So if we kill the BMPs, then this group will spawn and head out in the middle of the field. And if we kill the tanks, then this group will spawn and come down this road. Both of these groups are visible but not active at the beginning of the mission, so you can attack them directly and kill their anti-air if you want to, or you can just wait for them to actually start moving after you kill the armor and deal with them or ignore them at that point if it suits you. So the plan I took is to come out and deal with all this anti-air first, because if you tell the wingman to engage primary right from the beginning, he's going to get shot down pretty quick, either by some AAA or some SAM in here, or by the SA-11 sites up in here. So best to clear out some of this stuff. It'd be kind of hit or miss. These Tunguskas may or may not spawn, but these Strelas will definitely be there. So kind of scan from left to right or right to left as you come in from the south and see what you can find. Kill all the anti-air that you can find. There's 6 of them that are going to potentially be there if you get both Tunguskas. You don't have that many Mavericks, so you have to decide what you want to take on with cannons or with cluster bombs. Hopefully you won't get that many spawns and you'll just have a few things that you need to kill. So once you've cleaned up the anti-air picture, you can go ahead and just tell your wingman to engage primary at that point. He'll do a pretty good job of targeting the tanks and the BMPs. Just be aware that when you kill one of these groups, you're going to get a message telling you that it's dead, and at that point you'll need to watch out for these other groups that are going to activate. So once you see one of those messages, just kind of egress out to the south again, get reoriented, find this group, whichever group is activated, and then if you want to, you can go ahead and kill the Strelas for that. Once you've killed both of these groups, you're going to get the message telling you to RDB. So at that point, it's probably best to just get away, head out back to the south, and then back out to Koboleti. You'll need to stay low because those SA-11s will still be taking pot shots at you if they can. So once you've killed all the groups, got the message RTB, return to Koboleti and land. That'll do it. Good luck. All right, start the mission. Got a boring flight ahead, so I'll put timestamps in the video description if you want to skip the boring stuff. Alright, so got the field way out here. It's going to have the BMPs and a bunch of anti-air stuff potentially. Tanks will be off to the right somewhere. So I'm going to start looking for all that anti-air, clean some of that up, and then call the wingmen in to attack everything else. Alright, I see something suspicious on the left corner here, so we'll go ahead and take a look at what that is. Definitely looks suspicious. Just trying to figure out what's what there. Gonna shoot at the smaller plane. Alright, we got a guy chilling here. Looks like maybe a Shilka. Alright, got a guy back here along. Got something hiding back in here. That looks like a Strela. Alright, we got to evade that.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
I got something suspicious over here. I think it's just a truck.
Altitude, altitude.
Trying to see what else might shoot at me as I fly around here. I think it's probably pretty safe now. Call the wingman in, tell him to engage primary. I think I see a unit there. Lost track.
Altitude, altitude.
Looks like the wingman killed a couple of tanks there.
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
Alright, should just have one more BMP there in the middle.
Pull up, pull up.
Alright, that guy's dead.
Altitude, altitude.
Oh, we got a missile coming in.
Altitude, altitude. Alright, everything's dead. Get down low and get out of here.
altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude.
Tell the wingman to RTB.
Flight, RTB.
Altitude, altitude.
I think he's still fighting with Estrella or something out there.
Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude. Altitude, altitude.
Yeah, you got the airfield out there. Say 11's still looking at me, so I'll get lower. Looks like maybe you got too high and got shot down by the SI-11, I guess. He was plenty far enough away from the Estrellas, but maybe not. little bit high, but duck down.
Altitude, altitude.
Still too fast.
Uzi 1, taxi to parking area.
And nobody saw it. That'll do it.